certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for. I watch people get stuck in Frozen, and that breaks my heart. I was once stuck in Frozen too. Greatest superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. So listen, let's take it in with these amazing people. Welcome to Unblinded. It is Trajectory Tuesday. Could not be more grateful for you being present. And Vivian, who do we have today?
Oh my goodness, we have Carrie Like, aka the Investor Warrior, in from Orlando, Florida. Carrie decided to ditch her secure job in the medical profession to follow her passion and become a real estate entrepreneur. In less than 9 years, she managed over 150 real estate investment transactions without the use of banks or credit. She's the owner of her own real estate firm called Carrie Buys Houses and is founder and host of the Investment Warrior podcast, where she shows real estate enthusiasts and wannabes how to have it all: money, freedom, and life on a yacht, like she's been on. If that's what you want.
I love it. Thank you, Vivian.
Carrie, wouldn't you love to have Vivian like traveling with you everywhere you go?
Absolutely. First off, I would want her to do my makeup because her makeup is like on point.
Totally. Oh, baby.
Yes, and I just like her energy. Like she would be my cup of coffee.
Yes. So Carrie, welcome. Love having you here. And how about a fun fact?
Fun fact, I summited Mount Kilimanjaro.
Get out of here.
Wow.
So isn't the deal, Carrie, you have to like go up and down and up and down? Like
acclimate. Yeah, you can't just go up. I got really sick.
How long did the whole deal take?
It took about 5 days. We took the shorter route. We got really sick because of it. We were very ambitious.
You have like Sherpas and things like that?
You do. You can't go up there. It's kind of like a Mount Everest. You can't go up there without the Sherpas. Yeah.
Vivian, would you like to have a Sherpa?
You know, I always want a Sherpa for anything in my life.
Yeah.
Sherpa, Sean?
Guys, Sherpa's on Vivian. Sherpa's on Vivian. It's amazing.
Unblinded Sherpas, Sean. What do you think?
Can you be my Sherpa, Sean?
Yes, I would happily be your Sherpa. Yeah. So, Carrie, thank you for being here. And we're going to have some fun today. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, awesome. Vivian, we got more to hang out with Carrie and Kilimanjaro summiting.
As of 2021, Dr. Vinny became Dr. Vin. He's in the house right now. He's a conventional medical doctor who's undetected angina. I love saying that word, by the way. I wonder why. Or chest pain, which led him down a path to holistic healing and indoctrination.
You just caused Sean to spit his water out.
He is now a Princeton integrative health and functional medicine doctor and practitioner. He believes what your conventional doctor isn't telling you may be killing you. And so he's passionate about helping you find alternative answers to health and healing. Dr. Vinny is also a former runner, a 4-time marathon runner. And he has dedicated 24 years in emergency medicine, successfully caring for people in crisis at their darkest hour. Welcome, Dr. Vin.
Thank you, Vivian. Thank you.
Dr. Vin, last time I saw you, we were being like slammed by waves in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, and that was fun and it was crazy and I totally enjoyed it. And so I have done that, but my fun fact is I have not been on my grandson's hoverboard yet. So
get that business taken care of. Yes. And now, by the way, just so we're clear, when Dr. Vin was with 60 other crazy people in Unblinded Elite heading into the ocean, it was at like midnight. It was like offshore tropical storm conditions, 7-foot waves breaking into the shore.
Watergate out there in the dark. You couldn't see anything.
Gina's body flying all over the place. Vivian was cheering everybody on and like hiding her eyes. Like that was all happening. So amazing. So Dr. Vin, thank you so much for being here, brother.
Thank you, Sean.
Ready to have some fun today?
Gonna have some fun.
Okay. Carrie said that if you have enough fun, we could all hang out on her yacht. And that would be cool and fun too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm in. I'll do your makeup.
Sounds like fun.
Absolutely. Girl, you're there.
Dr. Vin, my level 5 listening just told me that you and I are not invited, but Vivian is. But that's okay. So,
Only if he brings his hoverboard.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Because what else would I want to do on a yacht than be on a
Yeah,
hoverboard?
Hoverboard on a yacht. Go, Vivian.
We have Serena Poon in the house. Woo! Degreed with a grand diplôme, the highest certification in the culinary world, awarded to you by the famed Cordon Bleu, which makes her also a pastry chef. This culinary maiden, aka Serena Poon, is also accredited in the fields of quantum touch healing, is a Reiki master, and is a wellness expert whose insatiable appetite to bring intuition, energy, and healing to the body and spirit by combining all these modalities led her to develop programs and found the Culinary Alchemy. Get this, she's fed Hollywood elites like Jerry Bruckheimer, Sean, producer of Top Gun, Pirates of the Caribbean, Flashdance, CSI Miami, just to name a few, Sean P. Diddy, we don't need any more, and Scandal's Kerry Washington. She's also the founder of Just Add Water, a wellness line of supplement nutrients, foods, and supplements. And yes, she's also the host of Serena Loves TV, which happens to be the name of her lifestyle brand and blog. Welcome, Serena.
Bless you
Welcome to the
guys.
house.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, please.
Oh, I just want to say it's Culinary Alchemy, and I know it gets super confusing when we send, but it's not. I don't teach an academy. I just have a program called a method I call Culinary Alchemy. So
Amazing. So, Culinary Alchemy.
Yeah.
And for those that are not from the training ground of the alchemist, can you please share your perspective on alchemy? What is alchemy?
So for me, Culinary Alchemy is where I really combine that education with everything you've heard about with food, food science, with integrative and functional nutrition, and I take in healing energy. So there's a lot of spiritual nutrition and energy work. And so I believe that optimal health is really a combination of those three pillars, and that's Culinary Alchemy.
Awesome. The combining of awesome things. And Serena, we're so thankful that you're here. How about a fun fact from you?
Oh, a fun fact. I was going to say, well, I have had, it's not a fun fact, but it really took me to where I am today with my career, but I've had 8 surgeries. And after the 4th, which is one where I nearly died, that's when I actually transformed my entire business and ended up making 3 times more than I ever have, coming off of a year where I was 6 months not able to work. So for me, I wouldn't say it's a fun fact, but it's a fact that inspires me and it motivates me to do what I do today.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that.
What were the surgeries about?
Incredible.
I had MRSA. So I don't know if you know what
MRSA.
It's MRSA. Yeah. So it's like a deadly staph infection I got from like a surgery. So I had it for a long time. But
well, congratulations on your incredible triumph. I cannot even begin to imagine the stress, the challenge, the upset, the pain. So Serena, thank you so much for that inspirational share and for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor to be with you guys and be in a room with you guys.
Honor for us. Thank you. So Vivian, we got some rock stars here today, but we got some more.
Oh my goodness. We have from Belmar, New Jersey, we have the Trevor Anderson in the house.
Thank you.
And his, well, I'm going to leave his fun fact for a minute. Trevor is all about doing the right thing with high energy, which he infuses into his various roles, like as principal at TVS Enterprises, an event management company that focuses on virtual events, and as COO and CFO and managing partner at TRJ Consulting Services, where he specializes in providing fractional finance and operations support for small businesses and startups, from EPC solar energy to advertising, maritime, and manufacturing. So welcome, Trevor.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Trevor, welcome, dude, from Belmar, New Jersey, eh?
Yeah, well, technically Wall. Close enough.
Oh my goodness, like bar A, like land.
Oh God, I don't put it. Listen, thank God I'm old enough, but yeah, like bar A, all those, crazy dive bars in the Jersey Shore.
All right. So can I share a fun fact before you share yours? Because
Please
I am
do. Yes.
so compelled to level 1 listen right now, but I think it will be in service. So ready? So Belmar has an extraordinary place in my family history and lineage, and a deep resonant place. So Gina, how would you describe my mother, and as far as her level of being docile, kind, and loving?
Oh my God, she's amazing. She's beautiful, like peaceful. She's thoughtful, loving beyond words, just like you. I mean, just amazing. So yeah,
my mom,
very peaceful.
yeah. So my mom has read, and I read Gina, has performed Bible study in prisons for over 15 years. Just like could not love people more. And the fun fact is that my mom, in her only act of violence in her life, punched my father in the face and knocked him off a bar stool and dragged him out by his hair from DJs in Belmore.
DJ.
Wow,
Yeah.
DJs. Wow.
Still there, still there.
That
I love
actually
this
happened,
story.
which was, yes, the finalization of my parents' marriage when I was 1 year old. So that is my connection to Belmore in my life.
I don't even know if I can share my fun fact after
Oh
that.
yes, you can. Let me tell you something.
So
He
what is
has
it?
a mug.
It's a mother
Sean,
fun fact.
He
Oh,
has,
okay.
it's a mother's fact.
So I have
Exactly.
this mug right here, and it's hard because it's backwards, but it says GFY Love Mom. So, right before Christmas time, I got my mother here.
Oh,
She's
boy.
Italian, and, you can interpret how GFY goes.
Yeah.
But she told me to do that, and then she goes, but I love you. And I go, oh, man, that's really good. You should trademark that. And then she painted this beautiful mug for me, and it says GFY Love Mom. And I got
Love it.
That is extraordinary. That is extraordinary.
I'm going to start selling it online, too, by the way.
I love it. Unquestionably.
Count me in. I'll buy.
So, Trevor, welcome. Thank you for bringing up my childhood traumas from Belmore. So,
I'll remember to keep that one next time. Thank you, Sean. Thanks for being here.
thank you. Vivian, we got one more judge.
You know what happened? Your mom didn't get the mug in time. That's what happened.
Yes,
Oh,
that is very true. Now, listen, we're not even going to talk about what my dad did. We're not talking about what my dad did. And I'm not saying violence is appropriate, but I'm not saying that I don't understand. So, Vivian, back to you.
We have in from Newport Beach, California, Dr. Joe Murphy. Woo! You excited, Dr. Joe?
What's that?
He is a functional medicine doctor who owns his own clinic, Newport Mesa Wellness and Murphy Chiropractic, and he specializes in neurologic and metabolic support for those who have Lyme disease, cancer, and autoimmune disorders. So welcome, Joe Murphy.
Dr.
Dr.
Joe.
Joe Murphy.
Welcome, Dr. Joe. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Newport Beach is in the house. We have many dear friends in the unblinded world from out in the Newport Beach area. So welcome. Some of the Dana Point, is that a part of Newport Beach or no?
No, it's south about 20 miles.
About 20 miles south. Okay. What's the best surfing beach out in that area, Dr. Joe, around Newport?
San Clemente.
San Clemente. Awesome.
Yeah, Trestles.
Very cool. So thank you. How about a fun fact from you, sir?
Well, hey, just not a fun fact, but I heard you were at Necker Island a couple weeks ago.
How did you hear this? This is amazing. Yes, I was at Necker Island a couple weeks ago. Yes?
Yeah, I was there in 2004 for 8 days.
No way. How was your experience?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was really nice. It was a great vacation. Friend of ours flew us out and had the whole island for 8 days for his 50th birthday.
Okay, so my understanding of the Necker Island world was like back in the day before it became sort of like more sanitized, Disney corporatized, that back in the 2004, 2010, 2012, it was pretty crazy place. So, and like what happened on Necker stayed on Necker. So my question for you is, Dr. Joe, was it like wild crazy or sort of, relatively mundane?
No, it was all couples. It was mundane.
Oh, okay. So yes,
Did you meet Richard Branson, Sir Richard Branson?
No, he wasn't there.
Okay.
He just rented it to us, but it was nice.
Got it. So yeah, I heard when Sir Richard would rent it out to certain Russian billionaires, it would make any, let's say, after hours club in Las Vegas blush. So that is what I've heard about back in the day. So very, very interesting times on Necker. So Dr. Joe, thank you for being here. And that is a super fun. Was that your fun fact or?
No.
Okay, what is your fun fact?
Fun fact, let's see. Ex-New Yorker. So I'm an ex-Long Islander, spent 25 years there. I was a commercial fisherman for about 12 of those years. Sword fisherman, dragoman out in the North Atlantic, out of Montauk. And wow. I got into chiropractic by hurting myself. And I started getting bored with chiropractic in 2009, got trained in functional medicine, functional neurology, and got my first 2 Lyme patients better. using technology out of the 30s, and I have a thriving Lyme disease practice and cancer. And one of the real fun facts is that all my breast cancer patients still have all their breasts and are super healthy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, baby.
That's awesome.
Dr. Joe,
And there's
Taking
very
boots
few
around the
doctors-
world is a good thing.
There's very few doctors that can say that.
yeah, my stepmom is a breast cancer survivor and obviously did not go through your protocols. So thank you for the great work you're doing in the world.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, awesome. And Dr. Joe, how about this? By the way, what's appropriate? Do you like Dr. Joe, Dr. Murphy?
Dr. Joe.
What-
Dr. Joe. Everyone calls me Dr. Joe.
Thank you, Dr. Joe. So when you're on Montauk and you're out there, any great white sightings in your fishing days?
You know something? No. The only shark sighting was about 700 pounds of fish, and I felt something biting on my on the deck, and there was a 10-foot mako chewing on my foot. But I had New York City fireman boots on, which are all steel on the tips. So, you know, we just took a shotgun to that and ended that fish.
That's not fun. So
I used to surf in Montauk all the time. Never saw a shark.
Wow. Yeah, I'm a surfer myself. Love the ocean, and that's why I've had the privilege of doing a lot of shark diving. Never cage diving with great whites, but a lot of Bahamas shark stuff. So yeah, it's super interesting to me. And
I've surfed all over the world: Fiji, Bali, Hawaii, all up and down Mexico, and I've never seen a shark. Thank God.
Wow.
Well, how
Sean
about
gets
this?
to bump into sharks because
I don't like I really don't like
In
being
Jersey.
chain.
yeah, in Jersey.
In Jersey.
Long Beach Island, New Jersey. This year, Doc, I got bumped by a shark. So hard. And 6:30 in the morning, out surfing on the sandbar in LBI, straight into my ankle bone, like bang. Shark came in. It scared. It was like one of the most shockingly frightening moments of my entire life. Like lasted for a split second, and then a wave came, and I just jumped. I didn't even like stand up. I just like rode the wave, about 70 yards to shore. So that was an unsettling moment that happened this year during COVID.
I get like palpitations every time I hear
I know.
this story.
And by the way,
I don't know the
okay,
end.
like not everybody knows the fun fact about how you couldn't see him, but and that you're alone out there in the water. It scares me every time I hear that story, Sean.
Yes.
Same. I get a heart attack and I get palpitations every time I hear this story, as if I didn't know the outcome, Sean.
Yes. So, I mean,
know it was a shark? How did you know? Because you can't,
because I can't see. Well, I've been in the ocean a lot, and you understand the shape of a shark's nose, and it hit me and almost knocked me over. So a dolphin does not have a point. A dolphin has more of a pointed nose. So there's not many things that it could be. I mean, I got hit. It was like, holy shit. Holy ass. I immediately knew it was a shark, right?
wow.
Yeah. And I've been in the Bahamas and been bumped by sharks like during feedings. So there's no question. I mean, it wasn't a brush. It wasn't a skate.
Wow.
I surfed 100 days this year. I've gone scuba diving with sharks dozens and dozens of times. There is no question in my mind whatsoever at the impact, the speed, the weight, the size. It was probably a 5-foot brown shark. This wasn't a great white or something, but I hope it wasn't a bull. Could have been a bull, but if I was betting, I bet brown shark. Could have been a bull, but it was definitely unsettling and definitely impacted. But brown sharks do bump you.
Oh yeah, when I was asking how did you know, I meant like because of how it felt, not like is it like the texture of like the bump. But you answered my question. I was just like wondering how you knew.
Yeah,
So,
because nothing else. I mean, the only things that a skate could bump into you, but they're softer. It was just like it hit me like this. It was like bang. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't even. I'm out all the time, and I'm not like thinking shark. And as soon as it hit me, I'm like, that's a shark.
I would have felt, Sean, that was like a sign from God to just quit this business. Enough.
So here's the other, and then we'll drop in. Here's the other fun fact. About a week later, I was surfing around the same time, and I kept. Now I'm blind, right? But I have peripheral, like some peripheral. So I can't see how many fingers I'm holding up right now, but I could see that like my hand is moving. It's like that. So I can't see anything in front of me but that. So I kept feeling like something was watching me, and I was thinking it's in your head. It was because of the shark thing from the week before. It's in your head. And all of a sudden, about 10 feet away from me, like this thing erupts out of the water. And like, I almost like my heart almost exploded out of my chest. and it was a dolphin. So a dolphin like came out of the water and like slapped back down right next to me. So it was a very eventful week. Right.
Wow.
I mean,
Maybe it's just, yes, God, giving us heart attacks. Maybe it's just not alone anymore, Sean. How about that? At 6
But here's a much worse fun fact. And Gina's about to be introduced. We're gonna get to that. Gina actually spit blood in my face. So Vivian, back to you.
Oh, Lord. The spitting of blood face person named Gina Richie, AKA our role player of the day, happens to be the Real Raw Open coordinator here at Unblinded. And she's on a mission to help others accelerate leadership in the world. Gina is currently authoring her first book about her personal journey and finding courage to live and love after the extreme pain of losing her 3.5-year-old daughter to a rare form of leukemia. As a speaker and coach, she believes that influence and love are superpowers and the greatest motivator to achieving more joy and abundance in life. Welcome, Gina.
Gina,
Thank you, Vivian.
Love you. My heart is with you as always. Thankful for you. But why did you spit blood in my face?
Sean, I mean, I was going to say, do you remember the time that we became blood buddies? It was that moment that you were helping me in Arizona and my nose it was Arizona. Apparently it's dry there, allegedly. My nose was running like a faucet. And I was with Sean and Bella, who normally has this position as role player. And I needed some help. Nothing was working. Sean was helping me, holding my nose. And
Like the company, all the nose bleeding experts were with you.
It was crazy.
Gina started laughing and spitting blood at me. Yes. So
I was just about to say, yes, we had Bella said something funny. You said something funny. It was all over there. So it looked like Sean stabbed me because there was a splash of blood on his face.
So Gina, thank you for being here. And Bella is in our thoughts and prayers. She had a surgical procedure today that was serious related to her eye, but everything went well, is out of surgery. So Gina, thank you for jumping in today and doing an awesome job. And how about a fun fact, besides the fact that you spit blood in people's faces?
Okay, well, since we're talking about Belmar, one of my fun memories of Belmar was I was about maybe 19 years old. Trevor, there was a bar called the Tides, a club, nightclub. It was on the water. We're talking, it was a long time ago. Okay, over 30 years ago, and I'm 5 foot, almost 5'1". Just gonna go with almost 5'1", and I was a cocktail waitress in a very crowded bar. So I used to kick people out of my way with a tray full of drinks, and I was like, "Get the F out of my way!" Hi-ya! With my leg, I was like, "Hi-ya!" So I became, I was good at kicking people out of my way, and they still wanted to have some fun with me, have some drinks. I didn't cause too much chaos, but I definitely had some fun at that.
Hey guys, I still see that like closet anger inside of Gina. I actually think she's more like 4'11 and a half than almost 5'1". That's okay. So
no, Sean, no.
So Vivian, you are loved. Hey, by the way, Vivian, real quick, no expectation that you did. Were you on Unblinded? What is Real Raw and why? What is Unblinded? Why Real Raw last night? Or you didn't say it yet?
Yes, I was. I went because of Brittany, because I had heard, she was on the Real Raw here with us, and I was so impressed by all the things that I discovered about her on the internet, about how she went from homeless to owning her own island, Buck Island, there on Necker Island, and I'm just thinking she's a perfect candidate for dishing it. So I immediately said it last night, but yesterday was super inspiring. You had Anil, you had April. Just April opening up, and it was just an amazing moment. So I was definitely there. It inspired me rewriting some things about what I think the Real Raw is.
Would
you like to hear it?
Yes, I would love to hear it. So let's share with people what the Real Raw is.
The Real Raw is an experiential platform where we get to see and experience how influence is a superpower. Here, you have a microphone, a stage, a place to share your authentic self, your gifts with those surrounding you in this hotbed of talent. Woo! It's also a place.
Love it.
Yeah, it's also a place where talent is created, a place to organically attract and align with others in your mission, form ecosystems, all while you're having fun, creating magic in less time and making boatloads of money in the process. This is what the Real Raw is all about.
Vivian, that is beautiful and extraordinary and such an incredible job. So thank you, Vivian. Love you. We are not here without you, and words cannot express the magic you bring. So thank you.
Thank you for having
Agreed.
me. I love you all. Have fun.
Love you, Viv. That was awesome.
So Gina, let's drop in. We have Dr. Vin, we have Carrie, we have like yachts and heart attacks and marathon running and summiting of Kilimanjaros in the house. So why don't we start though with Dr. Vin, since he's got a little bit of veteranness in him. What do you think, Gina?
All right, that sounds good. I will not use my hot Italian temper that Sean was talking about. I promise, as the role player.
We'll except if the judges go over their 30 seconds, but we'll come back. Okay. So in this first round, Dr. Vin is going to go from hello to yes with Gina about anything that matters to him. And Gina could be herself. She could be an ideal client avatar, or she could be somebody specific. She could be like Oprah Winfrey or Tony Robbins or somebody that owns, Mark Zuckerberg or Jeff Bezos, whomever Dr. Vin would like her to be, and Carrie. And judges, we're going to have 2 rounds, 1 6-minute conversation that'll be interrupted in the middle. And the assessment in round 1 is how much Dr. Vin and Carrie open up the listening of Gina, how much there's heart-to-heart connection versus head-to-head, and that they put something at stake, right? Because that's how decisions are made. Because we have this like reptilian brain that tells us that we're going to die if we spend money, time, or energy, our resources on something. It really does. That's why people in a store are like, hey, do you need some help? Like, no, because you're going to take my resource of money. And if you do, something horrible might happen to me. And that's how we're wired. So how do we deal with that when we're revealing the truth of our greatness? So this isn't Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street. This is integrous influence, the opening of listening of people, the heart-to-heart connection, the revealing of truth. That's what's at stake. And that's who these people are. And thank you for your courage and vulnerability. But how do we do that at the most optimal of levels? So Dr. Vin, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Who would you like Gina to be?
I'm going to have Gina be herself. And the person I would like her to be is a woman in her 50s who has had a mini stroke, it's so-called, developed some inability to speak for a few minutes, but has totally recovered from that. And now she is in my office to, find out what we can do about that.
Seek
Let's
help.
go.
Got it.
Gina, are you ready?
I am ready.
Take us in.
Gina, hello. Nice to see you.
Hi, Dr. Vin. Nice to meet you.
So listen, so we're here to talk about, something that really is not much fun. I understand from your intake form that you had a mini stroke, that you had some trouble speaking. Can you describe what that felt like to me for just a minute?
I could do my best. It was really unexpected. I felt really scared. I couldn't move in the way I used to, and for a while there, I couldn't speak in the way I was used to, and I felt like half of my side was kind of numb, and it's really scary, and I'm afraid of that happening again. And I'm here to see what you can do to help me.
Wow, I mean that does sound really scary, and it is really scary. Did anybody in your family have this happen to them?
Yeah, my grandfather had that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So there's a family history here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So is there, how do you feel that your lifestyle has been in terms of, do you take care of your health? Is that something that has been a priority for you in the past?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, actually, yes. I'm very, very, I'm pretty strict about my health and what I eat, and eat holistically, and everything I do is pretty holistic. So it was very surprising that that happened, honestly. And I don't want that to happen again. I'm a mother, and I want to be here, and I want to be functioning at my ultimate health.
Yeah, I hear that, your mother, your children, all that is at risk if something happens to you. So that is, again, very scary. So can I briefly just tell you about me real quick?
Yes, please.
And how I can help you. Yeah,
Please.
so I had while I was running, I had out of the blue, as a marathon runner, out of the blue, I had severe crushing chest pain. And that nearly, that was made me reflect on my own mortality. It turns out I had, 2 blockages in my coronary artery, totally unexpected, just like your TIA was unexpected. So there are mechanisms, there are things we can do to determine what's going on. Are you interested in having another meeting to discuss that?
Yes, please. I'm definitely interested. Let's do that.
Okay, that's great. We'll get that arranged.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Dr. Vin, how'd that feel for you?
Felt good.
Okay, Gina, one word.
It felt congruent, I'd say.
All right, awesome. We'll see what the judges say in a minute. Carrie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Where do you like to chill on your yacht?
Necker Island. Well, I'll go on my yacht next time.
We're going to cruise the Necker on Carrie's yacht. That's amazing.
Let's go.
So, who would you like Gina to be, Carrie?
Okay, I'd like Gina to be someone who's been listening to my podcast, The Investor Warrior, and she's reached out to me because she is interested in learning more about real estate investing.
Like it? Ready, Gina?
Yes, I can do that.
Take
Ready.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Hi, Gina. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. And I value your time. Time is our most valuable asset. So we only have a little time here. And I just want to say thank you for reaching out and giving me the time to talk with you today.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
So let me ask a kind of a loaded question. What would your dream life look like? If I was like a magic genie in a bottle and I said, what do you want right now? And I just want you to speak quickly, because sometimes when we speak quickly, we speak from our heart, we get out of our head. What would your dream life look like?
Oh, my dream life would look like I'd be able to drop anything and travel wherever I want, whenever I want, have a yacht. I would like to have a house in California on the coast, here in New Jersey. I'd freely be able to do everything I want, because financially it would not be an issue. I can go to have a house in Italy and travel Europe and all over the world with ease and with my family and give my family, give back to humanity, to other people, help other people rise and make more money in their life and have more time freedom and really just be able to do a lot of good things and contribute to humanity in a good way.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I see that you're closing your eyes when you say that. Can you really envision that when you see it?
Yeah, I can envision it when I see it, for sure. Absolutely.
Do you think that you're capable of creating the dream life that you want?
Yes.
Well, you hesitated there.
I do.
What was the hesitation?
I've had a long road, and mastering that mindset has been part of my journey, and continuing to know that I have the power to do that and create a life of my dreams and become, a millionaire and multimillionaire, and be able to have that access to be able to give back to others is really a big dream of mine, so that it's I don't have to consider being able to give.
What do you think has been like the one thing that has held you back from taking that next step towards your dream life?
The one thing is probably self-limiting belief.
Okay. Well, thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your honesty, your vulnerability. If I told you that I had a system for investing in real estate without having to use a lot of money, your own money, without having to use banks or credit, and that could create the dream life that you have envisioned, where you can take that time off with your family, you can travel the world, you can basically live life on your own terms, would you be interested in having more of a discussion on that?
Yes, I would love that. Please, later today.
Okay.
In it, you can bounce right back in 1 sec. You got a quick phone call.
Yeah. Thanks, Carrie. I got to get another call and I'll be back.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Carrie, great energy, emotional transference. How'd that feel for you, Carrie?
It felt good. I felt like I emotionally connected with Gina. I kind of picked up some signs where there was some hesitation. So I kind of went with that because I think that's led into the pain point.
Yes, there was deep listening present for sure. Excellent. Gina, you had one word for that interaction with Carrie. What would it be?
Loving. Yeah, I felt like she was loving.
Excellent. So let's see what the judges have to say about
Oh gosh.
about depth of connection, heart to heartness, putting something at stake. And let us begin with Serena. You have 30 seconds of feedback, 15 seconds on what went well, what could be optimized, the other half of it, and then a score on a scale of 1 to 10. So Serena, what'd you have first for Dr. Vin, please?
For Dr. Vin, I thought that what went well was that you tried to connect with her with your past experience, your own experience, so that she knew that you could understand where she was coming from. I think that what could have been a little bit better was just a little bit of the pacing. There seemed to be sort of a gap in that connection. It was kind of more towards the end, and then you can kind of feel her saying, okay, I understand where he's coming from now, and he wants to help me. And I think that that had been paced up quicker, it would have been better. I didn't do the score. So the score is, I would say, a 6.
Okay. And how about for Carrie?
For Carrie and Gina, I love the pacing. I like that immediately she sort of thanked her for her time, give her gratitude to let her know that her time was valuable, and immediately established that emotional connection. There was sort of an instant connection rapport, and I could tell that she was really listening to what she was saying and addressing it immediately with her responses. What she could have done better, I think she interrupted her a couple times, and with such a short time of frame of time, maybe no interruptions, I give it like a solid 8.5.
Nice. Great feedback, Serena. Thank you. Trevor, how you doing?
Doing great.
All right. How about for Dr. Vin?
All right. So for Dr. Vin, I guess one of the things that I thought was a takeaway was it's almost like the conversation started out a little bit backwards when you brought the comfort from your own story, perhaps right off the get-go. I think to kind of establish that rapport, I think would have softened it up a little bit and kind of made it a little bit more easy and congruent and a little bit smoother. And then I think as a kind of a follow-up to that, I really liked how you approached your story and made her feel very warmth inside, is my opinion. I get you as a 7 personally as a rank.
Nice. Okay. How about for Carrie? Trevor?
So for Carrie, I really like what you did with, having the podcast investor. I think I liked how you dove in quite a bit, which was nice, but at the same time, almost like it was a little more one-sided, allowing her to talk a little bit more. That conversation game when, whoever talks first loses kind of thing. I think that'd be helpful in kind of a future scenario. But I also thought that it was done very, very good and strategic. So I had you at an 8.5.
Nice. Excellent feedback. Trevor, Dr. Joe, from the left coast to the right coast, from sharks to fixing bodies and like saving people's lives. What do you have for Dr. Vin?
All right, Dr. Vin, from one doc to another, it's, when we're with patients, it's trying to get the common ground right away. And it's tough. And we're asking questions, and I demand my patients jump into the deep end of the pool. And I tell them right from the beginning, most patients never tell the truth about their symptoms. All right. So, Gina was probably lying about half the things because they were embarrassed. We don't want to talk about drooling out of the side of our mouth and stuff, but, sharing our story with them, front, back, it doesn't really matter. That the fact that you did make that common ground, and it is important. And when the patient leaves, they know that. And Gina, you did a great job because, you really don't know what a stroke feels like. And it is devastating, even a TIA, as a transient ischemic attack that Dr. Vin talked about. The fact that it worried you, that you're scared that you're gonna, the vulnerability of not being able to be the mom, that's huge. I think you guys both did a great job. Solid 8.
What'd you have, Dr. J?
I said a solid 8.
Solid 8. Excellent. How about for Carrie?
Carrie was a 10, I thought, because she had like,
that a 10.
Yeah, but she has to.
Super rare.
I deal with some pretty sick people, and it's like I was like thinking about some of my patients that have had this, that come in to see me. I deal with some stroke people, so they're like they're afraid to talk about all their symptoms, and she got right out there. It was good.
Okay, so you're referring to Gina or to Carrie, who was doing her presentation on the real estate?
Gina with Dr. Ben.
Gotcha. Okay, so what did you have? Gina, congratulations.
Thank you. I got you.
What did you have for Carrie, Dr. Joe?
Okay, now that, Carrie got right out in front and basically qualified her. Is she interested in, changing her life and, becoming financially secure? I mean, it's one of the biggest things, as Dr. Vin and I both know, we're slaves to our practice. We'd love not to be here. If we don't open up the door, it doesn't make money. So having something that Carrie offers, it's very appetizing. And if we're hungry, we want that. And Gina, Gina's, she wants that. She wants to have that lifestyle where we can be anywhere, whenever we want to go.
Amazing. And what'd you have for a score then for Carrie?
Carrie was good. Solid 9.
Solid 9. Excellent. Carrie, great job. We're back for round 2 and ready to go. Thank you, Dr. Joe. Thank you, Serena. Thank you, Trevor. And in this round 2, Carrie, you ready to lead us off?
Oh, am I starting?
Yes. So we reverse it up. And
I just want to be clear. So round 2 is now call to action, getting them to.
Yeah. Yes. So round 2 is all about like who you are, how you're solving that pain point for financial freedom and some of the challenges that are holding Gina back, why you're the solution and moving forward to the agreement and handling any objections that she has. So judges, like the delivery, what we're looking for in the second round is the delivery from Carrie and Dr. Joe of their heroic, unique identity. How congruently it comes across, how Gina receives it, sees her future in them, or is at least very curious because they are so congruently unique. So with that said, Carrie, you ready?
Can I just ask Gina one question? What was your, the thing that was holding you back? Sorry, it's been a few minutes now.
I just said a limiting belief is all I said.
Just self-limiting beliefs. Okay.
And Carrie, you could use these 3 minutes any way you see fit. So if you want to dig a little deeper into that and go, like, you're free to, of course, do that.
Okay.
And have fun. So ready?
Okay, Gina, well, thanks for coming back to the conversation. So I totally understand where you're at with self-limiting beliefs. I feel that a lot of us are held back by those, that to be a successful business owner, whether you're in real estate or whatever industry you're in, you can learn the strategies all day long, but if you have those self-limiting beliefs, they're always going to hold you back no matter what you think you're capable of not. And do you feel that way about yourself?
I know in my heart that I'm capable. It's just that it's never been something I've been able to foresee until more recently that I started doing a lot of personal development work and like that I can start to believe in it and like embody it. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I love how you can envision it. And you said you want to travel with your family. Do you have kids or is it you and your husband?
I have 2 children here on earth and one died when she was 3.5. And my marriage after 24 years after losing our child became very, very difficult. And so I'm now divorced and a single mom. My kids are old enough that they're kind of in their own world. My oldest is 27. The one that passed away would be 23. And then we have a son who's now 16. So it's kind of, kind of varied, but it was a long road and I want to have the financial freedom to just say like, let's go. It was not easy along the way. So I would love to have the freedom to have real estate, bringing money in. It's just not been something I've been able to see.
If you had one goal that you could achieve in 6 months from now that you think would get you closer to achieving your dream lifestyle, what would that be? A financial goal?
Oh my gosh, a financial goal. If I would say having passive, income that was coming in and allowing me, like everything is paid, all student loans for my daughter were paid and there's no debt and I'm able to buy homes and have real estate on my own and bring that would be amazing.
Okay, perfect. So what I'd like to do is spend some more time with you if you would allow me that. I think that you're an ambitious woman. I think you're a beautiful woman that has a hunger to grow her life. And I commend you for that. So what I'd like you to do, if you'd allow me to, is for you to write this down. I'd like you to go to, you ready? apply.theinvestorwarrior.com. And that's a page that will take you to a 5-minute video where I explain our 5-step system for making money in real estate without using money, cash, or credit. I developed the system because I was a new mom at home when I first got started in real estate investing, and I wanted more time, more freedom, more energy, more everything in my life. And my medical career just wasn't doing that for me. I was in a 9-to-5 medical career. So I developed the system. I'd love for you to go there to check out the video to apply. We don't accept everyone, but I just feel that we have a congruency here. You are a very ambitious woman. I'd love to help you achieve your goals, your dreams. So if you could do that, I would be so grateful.
Amazing. That sounds great. I will. Thank you so much. I'm excited.
3 minutes goes by so fast.
Carrie, excellent work. Very congruent, got a couple quick thoughts in a little bit, but really outstanding. How'd that feel for you?
Rushed.
Awesome. So Gina, one word, how'd it feel?
I would say rushed was sort of a feeling I was getting to fast, but yeah,
yeah. Okay.
But
So
good. It felt congruent. Congruent is, yeah.
Excellent job. Excellent job. So thank you for that, Carrie. Dr. Vin, Gina is back. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Please take us in.
Okay, Gina, thanks for continuing the conversation. So what is your one biggest concern or the one biggest thing I can help you with, do you think?
Well, like I said, I really just am afraid that anything's going to happen to me. I have some, since my daughter died, I always had different pains. I feel like my body has held on to things. I have autoimmune stuff going on. Now I had the stroke. I am just kind of concerned. I was in the hospital with sepsis last year, and I'm very holistic in the way I live. So I'm just trying to figure out the balance. I'm hoping you can help me figure that out so that doesn't happen again. That a stroke is really scary. It's really scary.
Yes, it's very scary and obviously a warning sign that something is going on. And we can help you determine what's going on. Would you be interested in that?
Yeah. How can we? Yeah. Yeah.
There's testing that we can do. There is, evaluations that can look at the health of your brain, your heart, your blood vessels, your immune system. We can do all that. And with that information, then we can optimize your health. We can optimize the health of your brain and blood vessels and of your heart and of your immune system and make you vital and vibrant and having a long, healthy life. So
it's my chapter 2, Dr. Vin. So I would appreciate that.
Yeah, we want Gina 2.0.
Yeah,
so,
that sounds amazing.
Absolutely. Is that something that you're interested in?
Yes, definitely. For something that can scan my entire body and figure out, is that kind of what it's like? Can scan everything?
Well, there are scans that are done. There's blood work that's done, urine tests, the body is an amazing, wondrous, complicated machine. And we have, with 21st century medicine, true 21st century medicine, we can really get a much better idea of what's going on compared to, what we used to be able to do in the past. So I want to open that up to you, and I would love to have you come in and be a patient and do this in partnership, because that's what we do with our patients. We want to be partners with them. We want to co-create health with them, and we want to be your leader and your guide, but we need you to be a partner in that.
Yes. Okay. That sounds awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I need a partner who can help me get better. Yeah.
Excellent job, Dr. Vin. How'd that feel for you?
That actually felt better than the first 3 minutes. And yeah, okay. I almost feel like I approached the levels of Carrie there almost, but I don't know. I don't think I got there.
Well, excellent job. We'll talk about a couple quick thoughts in both directions in a sec. Gina, if you had one word, how did that feel?
Thoughtful.
Awesome. Okay. So, hey, Carrie, would you do me the honor of letting me be you for a couple minutes and you be Gina? Does that work for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Gina, can I be you?
Please.
Whether they should.
So when, I'm sorry, can I be Gina?
No, it's just, yeah.
Carrie, I'm going to be Gina and Carrie now. So, so Carrie, when I'm saying Gina, I'm speaking to you and I will be you. Is that good?
So you're who? Sorry.
I am Carrie. You.
Okay.
And you're.
And I'm Gina.
You're Gina.
You're me.
Okay.
Ready to go?
I can do that.
And your podcast is the Investment Warrior?
The Investor Warrior.
Investor Warrior, excuse me. I'm sorry. So Investor Warrior. Okay. So, hey, Gina, thanks so much for chatting. I saw that you reached out from the Investment Warrior situation. I'm super grateful for you doing that. And can I ask you this? What prompted you to reach out?
What prompted me was I was just listening to all of the different guests that you have on, listening to your story, listening to the way that people invest in real estate. And I am interested in getting started and doing the same thing.
Oh, that's awesome. And and I really appreciate it, because my mission in the world is to like reveal truth. And there's a lot of truth that people don't see, what they don't see about. So when you think about money and your relationship to it, sort of what's the vision for you? Like, how are things going? I'm not asking anything specific that you feel uncomfortable confidentially, but kind of where are you and what's the ultimate vision? Like, how close are you to that and what's happening?
I'm in a 9-to-5 job right now. So I've got a salary cap. My time is limited. I feel very capped where I am. I've got a lot of restrictions in my life right now, both with my salary and my time. And my goals, what I envision for my life is I'm never going to be able to get that doing what I'm doing right now. I feel that real estate could potentially do that, listening to everyone that's been on the show.
Awesome. So I'm hearing a lot of energy. I'm hearing big vision and heart, but I heard capped twice and restricted once. So I'm feeling this like sense of like you want to burst out and kind of make it happen. But right now it's like, how do I get there? Am I hearing you?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. And so for a lot of folks, I obviously have the privilege of talking to a lot of people. And who wouldn't want to make more money, right? Like everybody says that they want to make more money. My question though, that I ask people, and I'll ask you if it's okay, is how much do you want that and why? I'm hearing you're restricted. I'm hearing you feel limited, but like, what's the driving force? Because while it's assured over time, there's some work to do and some energy to put in, some resources to invest. What's there for you that would be driving you to think about this vision and getting out of the restrictions and the cap?
My kids, my family, I'd like to spend more time with them. I'd like the flexibility to go where I want to go. We're having some health issues with my son, and there's a financial investment there. And I don't ever want to be in a position where I am limited on what I can invest into our health and into our lifestyle. And that's currently where I'm at now. So if I could even just double my income right now, I would be in a better place, but I don't want to just do that. I mean, I listen to all your guests and I listen to all the things that there's just so many unlimitless possibilities, I feel.
Yeah. And what would that look like if you had it all worked out optimally? Like, what's the big vision? Someday the legacy is, the financial picture is like, what does that picture look like for you, Gina?
Oh, I'm Gina. It would look like financial abundance, where we have more money coming in than we go out, than that goes out, no matter how high our expenses get, no matter what kind of life we're living. I can increase my expenses, but it's okay because I'm always increasing my income to cover those expenses. So I want a lifestyle where I can live the life I want to dream of, but I'm not stressed out about the expenses of that life.
Yeah, that's awesome. So am I hearing of you, Gina, one more time, is that vision isn't even that clear. The pain of just getting out of restriction and the stress of money is like most present for you. Is that what I'm hearing?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. So is it okay in this like final 30 seconds, because I know you have to jump, I share just a little bit about like what happens from here?
Sure.
Okay. So as you've seen, my commitment, my heart, my energy is about freeing people in a capitalist structure from the pain of trading time for money. Most Americans, as you are well aware, couldn't get past next month without receiving their paycheck. And that to me is just a broken system of thinking. And it's infinitely possible. A broken system of thinking, learning, teaching, and that's the space that we stand in. I'm very open to continuing the conversation. A lot of people have fake scarcity. We have a real desire for alignment. So we don't take on everybody. I feel a real connection to your mission and message. So we have a few different things for you to fill out, to look at, and then we have a follow-up conversation to see if we're really truly aligned. And my question for you, Gina, is like, how does that resonate for you? I know you called, you're excited. There is an investment. There's an investment of money. There's an investment of time. There's an investment of energy. How does all this resonate for you?
I'm willing to take the next step. Yeah. And move forward.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So thank you, Gina, ... So Carrie, how did that interaction feel for you?
It felt very fluid, just very natural, taking me through the process of the pain, the pleasure, what to expect, which I don't think I did with Gina. I didn't really tell her what the benefits were and if she was interested in moving forward. So I liked at the end how you kind of gave me this step-by-step, here's what to expect.
Okay, awesome. And Gina, how did that feel for you? Like actual Gina.
Yeah, that I would say yes. It was very flowing and easy, comfortable. Awesome. Felt very good.
Okay, awesome. So Dr. Vin, on the other hand, real quick, I'm going to bounce the judges in a second. I think you did an amazing job. Once you asked and said what you saw as the vision to work with Gina in the agreement formation process, because by the way, we don't pitch, we don't hook, we don't close in the world of Unblinded, because vibrationally, I don't know that people want to be pitched, hooked, or closed. I certainly don't. My hallucination is you don't want to either. So I would never want to talk about somebody in that way. So we call it agreement formation, when we're moving into the final stage of deciding if there's alignment, value exchange, and move forward. So Dr. Vin, when you got there, you said to Gina, hey, I'd love to do this, ... And then you just started using more words. So you're like, yeah, I think it'd be great. I think we'd be a good fit. And as opposed to just like pause and be like, so Gina, like, how does that resonate for you? How does that feel for you? Hey, what are you thinking? So just simply a question at that point, like close, hey, Gina, I think there could be some alignment here. This is what it would look like for us to work together to optimize your health. How does that resonate for you, Gina? Do you feel the integrity, the power, and the strength in that question at that point, Dr. Vin?
Absolutely. Yep. I do.
Yeah. And can I introduce you to a guy that knows how to do that?
Sure.
Yeah. Just see if you recognize this guy. Hey, Vincent, can we play that for Dr. Vin? I want to see if he knows this man.
Yes.
Yeah. The other Vin.
The other Vin.
Yeah.
Whether they should have come to LBI or not. Are you kidding me?
Do you know that guy?
I do know that guy. Yes.
So yes, that's the guy. Are you kidding me, Gina? You're not going to work with me? You had a stroke and you're not going to work with me? Are you kidding me? Right. So message received, Dr. Vin?
Message totally received, Sean. Thank you.
That is who you are. That is who you are. So let's have some fun and go in a slightly different order. Trevor, how you doing out there?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. So let's start with some feedback for Carrie first in this round. You know, what went well, what could be optimized, 30 seconds in the space of her sharing her amazingness and dealing with some objections, please.
So I thought the second round was a little bit better than the first, personally. I think you kind of played the flow a little bit more, but also I saw there being a value because you really started to connect a little bit more when it came to the actual next step. And Sean did it very, very well. I mean, I almost wanted to kind of buy in real quick, but also I think you were getting there, Carrie. I think just a little bit more time on the clock, and I think it would have made a little bit more sense. And then ultimately how Gina interacted, I thought was also a little bit different. But again, just a little bit closer on that one. I really liked it. And if I was going to go, I think that was a 9 because I like that a lot better than the first.
Excellent. Great feedback, Trevor. Thank you. How about for Dr. Vin?
So for Dr. Vin, I actually liked you better in the first one, a little bit more. But what I did like was that you kind of gave a little bit of a broad spectrum of what it's like, you know, with the testing. You know, I happen to know a little bit about the TIA mini strokes, and, you know, I was getting a little bit more comfortable, but at the same time, it was a little choppy where there was a lot of, a little too many pauses. I thought, so kind of like a little bit more ebb and flow. And I could go with a 6 on this one. I did think you did a lot better in the first part, personally.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And how did you feel about Dr. Vin when you saw him in that clip where he's like, coming to the LBI weekend, Are you kidding me?
I mean, listen, that was like an 11, if I could go with that. I mean, but I mean, that was just you. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's one of the reasons they played it. That was definitely you at the core, Dr. Vin. So, I mean, I'd be curious to learn more. I mean, you're local to me, so I'd definitely look you up.
Yeah. And listen, so amazing. And that's the whole point. Emotional and energetic transference is a component of how all this works. So we can't have action forwarded amongst people unless there's energy transferred from one to another. And it doesn't have to be manic, like fun energy. It could be, but it could also just be deep certainty. Like, Dr. Vin, you're amazing. And on the other side of your stepping into your certainty is the saving of lives. Does that communicate, Dr. Vin?
That communicates, Sean. Yes. Thank you.
Did you feel that energetic transference?
I absolutely did.
Without any, crazy dynamics. So we could be calm and certain. We could be like, come on, right? What? Mm-hmm. So thank you for that. So let's jump into, actually, Trevor, you didn't give feedback to Carrie yet, correct?
I did. Yeah, I did. I gave her, I thought I gave her better this time. I gave like a 9. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Serena, what'd you have for Dr. Vin?
So, Dr. Vin, I actually think I liked your first one a little bit more until towards the end of your second one. Exactly what Sean had said. You're a doctor, so she's giving you her problems, her ailments, and I feel like you're kind of more worried about making sure she comes back, and she's there for the second call, and that was more your focus energetically. And then when you started going into the test and like what you could do for her, that part of you came out. And I think that if you had led with that and then said, are you interested? And it might have flowed a little bit better. Just kind of like connecting back to who you are and what you're here to do for this person, I think would serve you even greater. So, but I would still give that like a 7 because you kind of got into flow. 7.5, you got into flow.
Excellent. Very nice job. And what'd you have for Carrie?
For Carrie, again, I kind of felt the rush. There was a little bit of time rush because you're asking Gina these questions and she's giving you some really intimate details about her life. And instead of answering her or addressing them, you immediately asked her another question. And so there was a lot of information that she gave you. And I felt that, when you're connecting with someone, you're connecting with their pain points. So address them. Say, this is what we could do for your 2 sons. Or here, I'm sorry, I didn't remember a son or a daughter, but this is what we can do for your 2 kids. Or just in some way address it. And I feel like that makes a stronger rapport.
Nice. And what'd you have for a score?
I felt that was also very strong. So like another 8.5.
Nice. And Serena, thank you so much for being here today. If somebody's like, what is that Real Raw thing? Should I go on that? Like, what would you share with them?
Oh, this is amazing. I mean, this is my very first time on it. I really didn't know what to expect. To be really honest, I hadn't watched one before. So I was kind of learning as I was going, but it's such a great place for us to just be really real. We're here to help each other. And so I'm not thinking, I want to be, nice and stuff. I really want to help you guys. So I'm really listening to what you're saying and where I think, what would have resonated deeper for me if I were Gina. And that's like, I told you my son passed, or, like address that. And then now I'm more connected to you, Carrie. And now I want to do I want to go into what you have to offer without even knowing that you started it when you were a mom or what the steps are, because I feel like you heard me. And so I love this about the Real Raw, because I feel like people are allowing themselves to be heard from both sides, like as a role player, just a judge and contestant.
Well, thank you for that. We've had over 400 episodes now since COVID began, and thank you guys for participating.
I'm gonna binge.
So let's go, Trevor. By the way, thank you for bringing back my childhood traumas from the Jersey Shore. But how was today for you?
It was my first time too, and I really enjoyed it. Like to what Sienna was saying is that it's good to kind of get a critique from people that you don't necessarily know. I always reach out to my network, and as I do things or involve myself in other events or get into new projects, I always like to do like a little quality check of my own, like how I conduct my business. And I think it's nice to have that kind of outside perspective, especially from different walks of life. So I really enjoyed it. I'd love to come back again.
Oh, thank you so much, brother. And Dr. Joe, we'll give a little bit of feedback in a sec, but how was today for you coming from the left coast to the right coast and back and forth. And how was it for you?
I had no expectations of today. Like I try to keep the cup half full type, and it was great. I like the interactions and the role playing, and it's hard to show ourselves. Nobody likes to see us on the naked side. I mean, we like to see us naked before everybody.
Yeah, Dr. Joe, we have something called Unblinded After Dark, and that's sort of like naked. But
It's on Necker Island.
My first job was at the Playboy Mansion. I've seen a lot of naked.
Wow, that's a really fun fact.
See what I saw?
So here's my fun fact. I am blind. I don't know who said that, and I don't want to know. It was either Carrie or Serena, but I'm not asking.
You'll never know.
I was a chef at the Playboy Mansion. That was my very first internship and my very first job. So I worked for
I can't even begin to imagine the stories. I cannot even.
So many stories. I forget. You're like, fun fact. I'm like, oh, I have volumes.
How is that not your fun fact today?
She forgot till now. She's like, I forgot.
By the way, Dr. Vin, do you still have your card from the mansion or no? No, I'm kidding. So Dr. Joe, what'd you have for as feedback for Carrie?
Okay, so Carrie was giving the offer. Carrie, I think Carrie did a good job, a little rushed, and yeah, she didn't listen as much as she should, but this is a time thing. So, but she gave the offer, and and Gina wants it. And Gina, she makes the offer. Do you want this? And Gina wants it. She wants to be able to change her life and be able to take that. Everybody needs a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance or a third chance or whatever it is in life. And that's the opportunity that's there. And both did a great job showing that.
Excellent.
Solid nines for both of them.
Excellent, excellent. So appreciate that. How about for Dr. Vin?
Dr. Vin, I just think you need just to do a little better job on the offer, and so what you have, how can help, all right? Because patients have to know that these things are going to change their life, and they have to be able to know that these tests, if done correctly and put together and analyzed right, and changing diet and lifestyle and all these different things is going to change their life so much that they don't want to go anywhere else. They want to be with you. And unfortunately it's sales. I mean, you have to sell yourself, and
Excellent job. And a score for Dr. Vin?
Dr. Vin got an 8.
Okay, nice. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Vin, just to lean in, brother, on the agreement and like what's there, and like really getting into what's there, like going into the space of what the person's actually thinking, feeling, present to. It's revelation of truth, right? Because their default their reptilian brain is like freaking out that like something is at risk to making a mistake. And the only thing that's truly at risk is what's going to happen to their health if they don't work with you, right? So how was today for you, Dr. Vin?
It was great. It was edifying. Yes, and I loved all the comments, and I appreciate everyone for their honesty, and yeah, it was wonderful.
Well, Dr. Vin is going to be checking out my heart and has been doing some beautiful stuff for me. So Dr. Vin, I am so grateful for you, love you, and I love that guy especially who's like, "Are you kidding me?" That's who you are. And he was in the ocean roaring like an animal with crazy waves when everybody else is too freaked out. And Dr. Vin, myself, and a couple other guys from Southern California, Dr. Joe, our good friend Craig Klingman, were out there. So extraordinary. So Dr. Vin, thank you. Carrie,
Thank you, Sean.
how was today for you?
Today was really fun. I haven't been judged since my gymnastics years. So it's a little nerve-wracking. But it's so great to role play. I feel like that's where you truly learn the most, is when you can role play with people who don't know you. And over the years I've role played, but it's always been with people who know me, who probably aren't as honest as you all are, because you don't know me, and you're going to be more honest about how I did.
Well, thank you for that. You did a beautiful job. What was your favorite event in gymnastics?
Is that me or you? Sorry, what was your question?
What was your favorite event in gymnastics?
Oh, bars, the parallel bars.
Very nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
I appreciate that enormously. Appreciate you being here. And we're going to final with Gina in a second. But really quickly, you're like, who's this guy and why are we talking about, like, what does he know about it? So 23 years ago, I realized that influence is a superpower. I've had the unique privilege of building a 40-person law firm. 2 years out of law school, started my credit card. I currently own a 125-person law firm as my side hustle, essentially, as we bring influence as a superpower, business acceleration, and leadership to the world. I've had the unique privilege of speaking on Tony Robbins' stage of 10 of the last 12 events. I raised $1.7 million in 26 minutes in his backyard for Operation Underground Railroad, saving people from sex trafficking. And I have a $250,000 bet on the internet that I cannot be out-influenced on a neutral set of facts with no ego or significance involved, but for the sake of truth. We don't have anything start until a yes happens. A yes equals the beginning of a nation, the beginning of a business, the beginning of a family, and all other things. It is all after yes. And that's what we're in pursuit of as we bring incredible people like yourselves together regularly, consistently, in all of our Unblinded programs to end suffering and challenges of beautiful, heart-centered, smart, hardworking people not understanding why they can't build and grow an income. And then, of course, Carrie knows what to do with it once you have it, or to build it also through the space of real estate. So Gina, final.
Thank you for that plug.
Yes. Gina,
Yes,
final.
Deep practice and influence with integrity is the path to more money, time, and magic. And Unblinded is the way there. Like what Sean has created is the path to more money, time, and magic.
Yeah, and we'll send you amazing, fine folks the link from last night. What people said, it was mind blowing. We did What is Unblinded, Why Real Raw, with some deep interventions with some wildly successful people like yourselves that own islands. Brittany was on Who Owns an Island. April could buy planes. It was an incredible night. You guys are incredible. Every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern is What is Unblinded, Why the Real Raw. We are influencers, influencing influencers to merge ecosystems to make the world an even greater place. You guys did a fantastic job today. I'm so grateful. We'll see you soon.